understand that your time is valuable, and booking face-to-face visits becomes difficult and quite problematic when running a busy schedule. So we put this session together just to give you an overview of what's involved in the apprenticeship process, for you to understand the support that we're going to give to your employees, and for you to see some of the resources that we're using, and for you to get actively involved in their apprenticeship program if you want to, or if it's about meeting the duties around planning the review sessions, then just doing that with us. So to start off with, the aim of this session is really for you, the employer, to understand your role from beginning to end when supporting an apprentice, your induction and setting the diaries, and obviously listing some of the benefits. From the beginning part of the session, it's obviously important that the sign-up officer comes and meets you face to face, and you have a discussion around the sign-up process, the paperwork that's involved, and booking about half an hour to an hour with the sign-up officer on the first visit to review the paperwork with them and ensure that your staff have been signed up to the correct qualification, and that health and safety, contracts of employment, job descriptions are all available for us to review and report back under our reporting duty. Obviously, you're aware of what apprenticeships are, and I want to just show you how we're going to deliver our apprenticeships. Now, each apprenticeship has a different set of qualifications, so it has a different set of learning outcomes, and they have different ways of achieving them. What I'm going to do is share with you my screen just to show you the scheme of work example for a qualification, so you can understand what it is we're doing and why we're doing it. For example, let me just make sure I'm sharing that screen with you. For example, the one that I have to show you is the Customer Service Level 2 apprenticeship, and in it gives you a quick overview of what you need to do, when and where. Why won't that click? Okay, so hopefully you should now see my screen. Right, so the Customer Service Level 2, for example, on there you can see quite clearly that we've written this course to cover the total guided learning hours. Now, I am aware that a lot of people seem to think an apprenticeship is an assessor coming to your workplace once a month and observing your staff. The only thing that I can say to that is I'm not sure that that practice should be taking place anymore when you see what's actually involved in the process. Obviously, if you as the employer, it's difficult for you to release your staff to attend college releases. The way we deliver ours is by having our classes online, and the staff have remote support visits for them to maintain their guided learning hours, and for us to be able to teach them some of the knowledge we need to teach. Now, each of the apprenticeships comes from what's known as the sectors who write the apprenticeship frameworks. So here you can see the apprenticeship framework for Customer Service Level 2, and this is just an example all apprenticeships have a similar document that outline everything. So here you can see the framework summary. Now I'm just going to down this to the page where it gives a better overview. Now we're more than happy to email this to you so you can actually see the document in full, or you can just go online to the apprenticeship frameworks and download it. So starting off with, you can see here that they have to achieve their framework, the ERR unit, and that's about employees' rights and responsibilities. So for that, the staff need to obviously understand their job description and their contract of employment. They'll need to have access to their staff handbooks so they can answer some of the questions we've got for them. That they need to complete the level 2 certificate in customer service and the knowledge certificate just there. Now each of those guidance notes then have, or each of those qualifications has a time frame associated to them. And that time frame is what we need to show the government on funded programs that we're achieving the delivery around learning. Now, I'm just forwarding that down, so hopefully we'll get to the first part. There you can see the framework for the one that I'm going to show you is for a total of 51 credits. They have competency, knowledge, and transferable skills for English, Maths and ICT. When we write a scheme of work, we have to write it to meet those outcomes. Down here, you can see it gives us the guided learning hours that we have to take place. So here is the level 2 certificate. It's one part of the apprenticeship, and it's got between 192 and 228 hours. Now that's obviously for somebody going in from no experience to experience. Their certificate is about 115 hours there, and then each of the functional skills is again about 50 hours. So you can see, with that in mind, how we get to this total of learning that has to take place. So clearly it's got to be more than just an assessor coming out doing a face-to-face once a month for because absolutely no way that in a year that would equate to the required guiding learning hours that takes place. For that then, we've split this into 34 sessions or a total of 34 weeks over the year. So that's an academic year. Okay, so it's still 52 weeks in a day, but we've just used a school calendar for that. And what you've got is the assessor will need to contact the member of staff 34 times within that year. Now, some of those will be face-to-face, but the majority of that is going to be remote visits, and is a combination in their time, in work time. And we're only really looking at about an hour a session for them to understand what it is we need them to do. So for example, the first session is their induction, and we need to cover these activities, the classrooms, CVs, questionnaires, and a workbook to get them started. What we have alongside that then is a thing called the session plan, which breaks that session down. And here you can see everything that they're going to learn in that 60 to 90 minutes. So it is all about assessment. It's all about teaching and learning. It's not about us walking in, having a cup of tea, and discussing things. It's straight into learning. And as we scroll down, you'll see a breakdown of what it is that achieved within those sessions there. Now, it looks an awful lot of work. It is an awful lot of work, but it's flexible to meet the needs of you, and obviously it's flexible to meet the needs of the candidate. So when they do pass, they are actually an added value to your company with a qualification, and that they have been on an accredited learning experience that's been worthwhile. Now, what we do for them, we set them up distance learning classrooms via our websites. So if I just show you our website to begin with, and I'm not going to give you the full NVQ website at all, but what you can do, if you go to Support.com, this is our support site that we've built to support the guided learning hours for learner, and to support the employers so you understand what it is that they're doing. If you click on the More button and go to Education's part there, you will see there's lots of how-to videos, and if you click on those, they'll play a session video like this. So if you want to know more about this website, you can click on the How to Use the NVQ Support website, and it'll take you and it'll guide you around the induction, which is the same induction we do with the learner. On the login page, you'll need to log in for the first time, so you put your email in there and your passwords in there. So I'll just do this for you now. Now I just want to show you the amount of work your staff are going to be doing. This is the login page for them, okay, and down here we've got the BKSB assessment, and that is an assessment tool which informs us of their numeracy and literacy level. Now, I know a lot of employers don't want them to do English and maths, however, it's a government funded programme and it's a requirement of the funding. But equally, from employment point, staff that have better English levels and better maths levels are far more valuable to you as employees, because they'll make less errors, and obviously it's great to motivate them and to empower them with basic life skills. And there's a huge amount of research that we can show you for that, but that's for another time. We've got time management planning, which is just simply an activity where they can follow it and just identify some times in the learners where they can fit their studies in to upskill themselves. E-learning styles is for them about how they best learn and what we can do to support them. And then down here we've got their functional skills tests, their e-portfolio, which is now an online portfolio, and their online classrooms. What they have on this side, and those that have done, if you've done an NVQ before, you'll remember all the evidence that you have. I'll just show you this as an example. So they have a login button. And in there you can see all the evidence that they need to do to complete their award. So it's here is only 12 bits of evidence, and those is there are Word documents rather than PDF ones. Now you can see by this how structured it is and the work that they need to do to be able to complete their award. Now obviously we're not just saying here's a work but complete it, we've got to give them the learning that goes alongside that. So for that, they have a login screen, and what we've done for the employers is we've done you a little induction as well, so you fully understand what it is they're doing and how they're doing it. So you'll be given a username and a password, and then you can log in. Now, you won't have these two on there. You'll just have a guide to apprenticeships for employers. So if we click on that, you can see on there that this course will help you understand what it's about. Now, the E247 site is dead simple to use. Once it's loaded, what you do, you simply start up on the left hand side, click there. So it says welcome to Educations Limited, and then here we've got about us, about our team and about our resources, and you just follow that through, read it and just obviously write down some notes. The one that you'll obviously want to know as an employer are the benefits for you. So obviously we've listed the benefits of employing an apprentice. We've talked about the support we're going to give around the recruitment for them. You can advertise free on our website any job ads that you may have. You can apply for a discount card as an employer. We'll give you the passcodes for that. For any student you refer to us, we're doing an employer's discount scheme where we give you a voucher towards a course of your choice with us as a training provider. There's no minimum amount of learners, or maximum amount of learners I should say. So if you wanted to do, for example, your level 7 in management, we generally sell that privately for £1,500. If you refer 15 people, that's of course paid for. And finally, if you refer 2 people to us, we're offering either a level 4 in food hygiene or a level 4 in health and safety, or the award in understanding principles and practice of assessment, which is the Start of the Assessors Award. So there's lots of benefits with us for your learners to take part. What we've also done for you is we've given you access to what we're showing the learners in their induction. So they obviously see the benefits for them and about the apps and all of that lot, you know, and our award schemes. We've got about how they're going to be supported and who they're going to be supported by. We talk about the different types of assessments, the webinars, the classrooms, workbooks and reviews, and then getting started with the big ESB assessments and how they're going to plan their studies. The first 3 tasks that the learner has to do is around be safe, and that's about them working in a safe environment. Equality and diversity, that's about them as a learner, and safeguarding, and that's safeguarding themselves as a learner. So as the employer, we're going to give you access to their first 3 bits. So if the learner has any questions, you can obviously say, well, I can see it is, and you obviously know what it is that they're doing. Therefore, they can't say to you, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and you can show them how simple it is to use, which shows great employer engagement. So we'll just exit that for now. So you can see on the website they have lots of other things as well. They have a lot where they can download ebooks. On here they can book their webinar sessions. So here you can see we're doing one on the 31st If you register for the course, they just put their name, email and phone number for the webinar session. It's like being in college. If they can't attend that one, then down here you'll see, which you can't, let me just pull that page down. Do that again. You can see if they can't do the morning one, we're going to run another session in the evening, so it's 6:30 till 7:30. So there is this real commitment that it's not just you, the employer, supporting the learner. They've got to buy into this themselves, but also the support that they're going to have from us. They have a support form there that they can use. There's a free phone number up there that they can use. And again, there's lots of other resources and things on there for them. Now, we obviously understand that your time's busy, and for you, you're limited in the things that you can do. And it may be useful that when we plan our session with learner, that you ask for the dates for the reviews, because every 8 weeks we're required to get a comment from you about how the learner is progressing. Now, we can obviously give you updates, we can email you results, or you can go online and look at the results yourself. The other part around the training side, which is a bit of a misconception as well, is what the government, or sorry, what employers seem to think is what we're here for, and that is around the apprenticeships. So I'm just going to show you one more thing before we summarise. If we go back to there, and I'm going to show you this. So here, the apprenticeship website, they're the people that the final certificate comes from. And here you can obviously see that they've got information on there for employers. You can see the benefits, how to motivate your learners on there. And again, you can see the fact that there are incentives for you to obviously take them on. Like I said, one of the real misconceptions around the apprenticeships is the fact that it is the employer's responsibility to do on-the-job training and to continually upskill the apprentice as you would any other member of staff. And the reality is you've probably already done that anyway. If they're a member of your team, you would have done your inductions. So it's when an assessor comes out, what we're doing, we're assessing them against the occupational standards to ensure that they meet the outcomes, and we obviously need to book time with them to do the functional skills. As the employer, I want you to buy into the fact and support the assessors regarding the time that they need to spend with them, which we're trying to keep to a minimum. That's why we've done everything remotely. We also need to come out at least on 3 occasions to do face-to-face observations, to watch them, observe them. We need to come out a couple of times in the year to do the reviews, and obviously book those in. And finally, we need to do their functional skills assessments with them in the workplace. That's really the time that we need to spend with them in the workplace. The rest, you can see, is all going to be delivered remotely, and hopefully by the end of this session you have seen and are confident in the fact that the staff are on an accredited course, that the syllabus that they're on is very, very detailed, that the member of staff will gain some skills that they actually need for the role, and that the support mechanism for that member of staff is there. Now, if you have any problems or any concerns, then you can go to the NVQ support website, and you can email me from there, or call the free phone number, or alternatively you can email me at stephen@educ8tions.co.uk. Now, why can't you see that? It's because it's too big. There you go. So, I hope you found that session to be useful. If there's anything you wish to discuss with me, by all means, please call me. Or alternatively, you can email me. And again, if at any time you're unhappy with the progression or the amount of contact the assessors having with your member of staff, then by all means, please let us know. Thank you for watching this session. I hope it's helped you understand some of your roles and some of the things that we can offer you and your staff whilst undertaking their apprenticeship. Okay, now, and let's end the session.